Hello, welcome. Okay, props. I'm going to show you to do the base of a hunter chest piece. What you'll need, e-vehicle. Harbor Freight, $10. You'll need about 3 pieces of this. So, first, move that somewhere else where it doesn't fall over. All right. 1 piece. You'll need a knife, pen, straight edge, glue. You can either use hot glue or barge glue. I use barge because it's so much better. It's contact cement in a little container. All right, first, start with measurements. You want inside to inside, it's a bad shirt to wear, from inside of your shoulder is your first measurement. Mine's about 15. If you have your sleeves, you can go by the edge, hem. So I'm about 17. So 17 inches. That's your first one. Next is your chest. You want to measure, pretty much you need a little flexi tape. Just measure across your chest, like so. Pretty much as high as you can go. So you want right there, about 40 inches. Then you waist, smallest part. It's about 33, maybe 34. Depends if I suck it in or not. So 34, 44. This is for somebody else, so it doesn't really matter what I have. 37, 34, and 18. That's my measurements. So, transfer it onto this. Let's show you how. First, let's get everything out of the way. Alright. And to measure from this line over, my first measurement is going to be the 18. And then you want to make a center line. So 18 divided by 2 is 9. Make another mark. So you can just connect the dots and make a straight line. Because that's basically all that matters, is your straight edges, straight lines, cuts. It's the biggest part. So you have that mark, 19, and you'll do your center line mark. Center line. See, boom, bada boom, boom, boom. All right, next, you'll measure almost to the bottom of your rib cage. So there to there, where your collarbone is. So, to about here. So mine's about 10 inches, maybe 11. I'll do 11. You want 3 inches on that. So I'll do 3.5. Actually, no, 4.5. 4.5 inches from each end. So 4.5. 4.5. That leaves 9 inches for your neck hole. So, which is good. And then depth of the neck hole You have about 4 inches will work. And then you'll make a half circle. So just make a circle. And you can cut that out and copy it on this side if you want. So that's going to be your neck hole. Next, you'll measure that 11 inches down to the measurement that you had. You can do a little longer if you want. Actually, let's see, 11 inches from there to there. All right, yeah, 11 inches. So that's going to be your chest piece. All right, so you got your 11 inches. You make a straight line. So best is just to get that measurement all the way from your first line. So mine's 15. So I'm just gonna make another mark, 15. It's just everything's square. So line across there. It's gonna be your abdomen section. Next, you'll make a measurement from the inside of your abs. I think I usually do mine about 9 inches. So, 9. So half, if you go off your center line, so you're 4.5, 4.5 is 9. So you make a mark on that side and a mark on that side. It'll be even. So now, you want to, it curves across and goes down to your waist. So that measurement is, so you got that one to there. This one's about 19 from your sternum all the way down to your waist. Doesn't look good. Okay, it's not right. Never mind, forget that. I know what I'm doing, of course. So you want from that line, let's see here, I'm just gonna give a ballpark. Measurement, because you have a tapered. Yeah, that looks about right. So from that line down past it, you want to do about 4.5 inches. This is the, you make that same mark, 4.5 inches right there. You'll connect the dots. So boom, boom. That's also how you do pretty much make a copy on the opposite side. It's easy. You have that cut out. You're going to trace. Sorry, I would show you. I'd have been showing you, but my battery went dead while I was doing all this. So this is your front. It's like once you have all those marks, you cut it out, and then you want to trace it on to another sheet, like so. So once you trace it on, you're just going to do the sides, but the that's crooked. Okay, you're going to trace it on, but the bottom section you're not going to go as high, and then also the next section you're not going to go as low, whatever. So this is what it's going to look like versus this. If you get what I'm talking about, this part is going to be a little lower on the back, and the neckline doesn't go as low. So yeah. So once you have those both traced out, you're going to make a side piece. Okay, so now you got both these pieces. You got the front and the back. You're going to make the side pieces. So you're going to measure This is where your waist comes in. So you got 18, 18. You're going to basically times 2, 18 times 2, because you have front and back. So mine's 36, so 36 inches. The measurement is 34, which is good because you want to also add like 2 inches with this and the chest piece. So if your waist is 34, you want to do 36. So these are going to be touching each other. The top is not. That's where your chest is going to come. The chest on here is 37. So I want to add 2 inches on that, 37, 38, 39. So I want to add, so 39, subtract 36 is, that's 3 inches. So 3 inches is going to go on, divided by 2, so inch and a half is going to go on each side. So you can also make it, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, just because to get a little, make it look like you have a little bit more muscle. So I'm going to add another inch on each side. So I'm going to go 2 and a half. 2 and a half to 0. So we're going to make triangles. You can use the pieces. Let's see how these work. Yeah, this will work. Use the pieces you cut out. So first you want a straight edge or straight line to go off of square. I'm going to use the edge of my ruler, which that'll work. Alright, so, and then also you want the height of this piece to that. So you want that measurement right there. So mine's 8 inches. So I'm going to go 8 inches from there. And then I'm going to, let's see what I say, 2 and a half. And then you're going to make a triangle. Which theoretically, well, if you do it this way, it'll save you material, but you're going to have to make a square line from there to here. So instead of that, I'm going to go 8 inches. Yeah, you're gonna have to make a 8 inches from there. So basically make a triangle with, it's got to be square though. It's not a big deal because I believe we're gonna cut out some of that. So got one triangle made. Cut that out. And make another one for the other side. Just trace it out. Like I said, if you want to make yourself look more buff from the trats, you make the top section higher. I'm going to see how this looks. I think normally I do this. Every time I swear I do it differently, and I've made, I don't know how many of these things. Quite a bit. So, got your two triangles. Glue them on to these pieces. So you need the front. And what I'm going to do is show you a trick to kind of hiding seams slash make them not look ugly. Not really hiding seams, actually. I'm just going to show you how to make it look like you did it on purpose. So I'm going to put some glue on here on this side. And if you use barge glue, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. So you have that. And also I use a heat gun just to help dry it out. Make it faster. Okay. Now, the trick is when you glue this piece about an 1/8 inch higher than the other piece. Or a little under an 1/8. Just because then you'll have an edge and it looks like you did it on purpose instead of making a seam. And it makes it just look a little adds a little detail. So there you go. See? It's a little higher than that one. So you want to also make sure this is pushed together pretty well. It'll just stick really well, and you can do your side. I think that one turned out a little long. It's okay, I'll just cut that off and start from the top. Maybe I should go from the bottom. Somehow that got tweaked. A little bigger than the other ones, but whatever. I'll just cut that around that anyways. So there you go, you got the two little triangles on your sides. Next you're gonna do your shoulders. So with your shoulders, you have a natural taper to yourself. So your square, what I do is I take off 1.5 inches off this side on both sides. And then I cut a triangle out. So and then that will leave you a taper when you glue the square and that together. If you want, you can do 3/4 inch on each piece, but I don't think it's needed to have this exactly square with the rest of your armor or the seam, because you'll see part of it, but later on down the road, depending on what, more likely it'll get covered. Okay, so you're going to glue these two pieces together. See how it doesn't line up now? It'll make a taper for your shoulders. You can do a little bit more if you want to make yourself look more muscular. I wouldn't go too big because then it'll be uncomfortable. But I found 1.5 inches looks good and also is comfortable. I'm doing opposite sides on it. I'm just going to glue both sides just because I can. This does have a the barge glue does have a time being on the surface, because if you wait too long, it absorbs into the foam. It doesn't stick very well. So you want to just, if it does that, just add another layer of foam glue. But it will, if that happens, it will stick, last longer, stick better than if you just did one coat. So 2 coats is ideal for this stuff. One coat's enough usually, but if you want a really, really good hold, like if you're making a curve, then you want two layers of this. For this, one's fine because it's not taking too much. You're not making a circle. So I'm going to connect the outsides. And this one I'm just going to go flush. It'll, like I said, it'll more likely be hidden. Do the outside first because that's what's going to be seen. The inside, you might have to adjust your nickel, but might not. That's pretty good. So now, once you fold it, you have a nice taper to your shoulders. And later on, you will be cutting this, so it's not going to be as thick. You're only going to have that much really. It's going to look like it's on the shoulders, and you'll have that little piece for the sleeve. Most hunter, like iron regalia, the cryptid, which I'm going to show later on, that's what you have. So now, you're going to glue these together. You're going to glue the sides. And also too, the longer this barge glue is glued on, it has a stronger bond. The longer, pretty much, it'll keep on getting stronger and stronger over time. To an extent, obviously, but so right away, even it sticks pretty well. If you don't like it, you can tear it off. It comes off pretty easy without taking off any other foam. So if you want to make this triangle bigger, see how it looks, and if you don't like it, tear it out. It won't, usually doesn't take any foam with it. So this one I'm going to do, the center piece is going to be about same side as the other side, a little under 1/8 inch. Just so it shows that I did it on purpose, and I did not put glue on the whip. Alright. Make sure you put glue all the way up, like a dummy. Oh, because that one's funky, that's why I didn't. Okay, this is my funky side. So, this is what you have. Let me do the other side. There you go. So now you have chest piece. And the taper. I like it. I like the taper. Got a nice gradual, and it will be comfortable. If you have it sticking out too far, it makes it a little more uncomfortable. But you can get around that too by cutting in the top, make it more rounded effect. So this is what you have. I'm going to try this on. Thankfully, this guy is about the same size as me. A little smaller chest, but this should also fit me. You will to make, sorry. There you go. Next, to get this on, is you'll be cutting down your center line. So you're gonna have it kind of like a jacket, but no matter what, the way I do it is later on you'll find out that I have these things covered. You slide it down, and then you have it attached. And yeah, it's I don't really like my taper line for my shoulders, so I'm probably going to cut off a little bit on the top, but all in all, not bad. So yeah, if you want to make adjustments, if you want this later on, this is going to be down on my next tutorial on iron regalia. So right now, this is how you make the base, and then you can make adjustments, and I'll show you later on what adjustments I'll be making. So there you go. Like I said, if you want this to be more tapered, you can just cut more. You want to cut out on the outside, so you basically make a triangle. Might as well show you, I suppose. So you can start off with 1 inch, and then you'll cut that triangle out, and then you glue these two pieces together. You'll have more of a taper, which is what I'm going to do. Because it's not quite, doesn't look right. So 2.5 inches. 1.5 inches is not enough. So that, and this one's holding pretty well, so I'm just going to cut it. Yeah. Cut your seam that you already have. And you can tell just from that a little bit more of a taper, so more taper with your shoulders, which makes it look more accurate and fits your body better. Suggest not cutting on your lap or without the cutting board. You don't want to cut yourself. there you go. Try this back on, looks a lot better. And arms up, slide down, connect. Cool, I like it. And then you have the base of a hunter chest or your own, whatever you want to do. There you go. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed. I will be doing Iron Regalia later, next, and probably Iowa Scripted. So, but all the hunter chest pieces you have has this base. If you like the video, like it, and subscribe if you haven't. If you like it, if you want to see more. Yeah, peace out. RK Probs. Later on. Delete that.